はい、しれとこです。シャーロックホームズやっていきたいと思います。さあ、謎がね、わからんね。あー、前回失敗したところだったね。失敗した理由を見てみよう。車種の腕を一つ目と三つ目。さっき三つ目を守っああ、流血だと成功してんじゃん。ってことは、ここで機械を失ったって言ってるから、やっぱ取り逃してるんだな。ちょっと丸ボタン決定のゲームやってたから。あれ、どこだ。やっぱ家かな、そこの。機械をなくした。あ、もしかして。なんかジョンがピュンピュンピュンつってたよな。
Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
ほら。これなんか撃てんじゃね？あれ？銃が出てる。ほら。あ、ここか。ここか。これを失敗せずに。
Oh, I love it when you're reckless. Those are the
なるほどな。
You have a keen eye?
Well, I suppose it's yours. Next time, shoot with the blindfold.
いや、マジで攻略サイトくれ。これ。わかんねえって。そういうことですか。
I'm terribly sorry, sir. Club members.
服を着替えさせてくれい。で、さっきのように、多分流血させない、体に当てないでクリアすればいけるんじゃなかろうか。
Our clothes and accessories.
そういうことか。いやー、前回むちゃくちゃ悩んでたけど、失敗した理由ちゃんと読めばよかったね。
Please come in, sir.
ここも調べてある。乗り込む前まで調べまくったからな。
It's the killer.
これで
Get him.
パッキン。ダメだね。ちょっと待って、あいつが走ってくるように仕向けないと。
We can overcome the brute now.
よし。
Too simple.
止まってんですけど。
I thought we were.
撃ち殺してしまったい。
It's the killer. Shake a leg. Get him. Time to knock this guy out.
OK。
No more crime for you until next month.
I'm gonna hurt you.
早く銃とかを。顔を見ててく
We
だ
can
さい。
overcome the brute now.
オートエイムが発動するとヘッショしてしまうから
Don't cry, you'll
気を
live.
つけないといけない。お前からやる。
Take a rest.
The snuff's ready.
よいしょ。
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
顔隠れてねえやつ楽でいいな。こいつが一番めんどくせえから。いでいでいでいでいで。
Time to knock this.
Eat lead. 待って、担任になってるんだけど。
Don't cry, you'll live.
The snuff's ready.
間に合うか。
Don't bother moving.
Give him the pepper snuff.
ダメだった、間に合ってない。
I'm coming for you.
2人までは限界か。
Don't cry, you'll live.
I'm coming for you.
で、ミスった。
Take a rest, my friend.
The snuff's ready.
OK。
Don't bother moving.
Give him the pepper snuff. I must say,
い
Sheriff,
やー、よかった。
that was near perfect. Could it be that you're not completely hopeless?
トロフィーもゲットしてると。いやー、難しかった。Fine.
A nice apricot aroma. Marilyn schnapps, I presume. Half full.
電報の束。1通目の電報。行くことはできない。命が惜しいのだ。すぐにコールドナを去る必要がある。すまない。気をつけてくれ。豆腐マン。2通目の電報。あの無政府主義者どもはあちこちにいる。すべて奴らの仕業だ。すぐに緊急招集をかける。武装した部下を連れて行く。3通目の電報。そちらへ行く。エイリヒが亡くなるなど。誰の仕業だ。血統の下手な英国人どもか。やっぱ血統グラブは
Two glasses with dregs of alcohol. Should I pour us a drink, John?
下手にいない気がすんだよな。組織的な犯行では少なくともないね。どこだろう。2通目の電報。
Glass crushed underfoot with damp traces still
俺
visible.
が暴れ回った後じゃなくて、これ。なんだこれ。指紋、隠しレバー。
Clever system.
なんだ。
All these places are perfectly secluded, ideal for private duels. The same ingredient was used in the dueling revolver's ammunition.
ここで作ってんのね。見えざる血統グラブの歴史。グラブは1689年に行われた奇妙高い賭けの後、アウグスト・フォン・クラムによって設立された。アウグストは美しい霊場であるヘイドウィグの気を引くため、月のない夜に22羽のカモを殺そうとした。だがその夜はとても暗く、彼は誤っている2人の通行人を殺害してしまう。 賭けに負け、思い人をも失ったアウグストは、銃の腕を磨き上げることを誓い、見えざる射撃クラブを設立した。自らの腕前を証明するには、クラブ員は遮蔽物越しに発砲しなければならなかった。この伝統に変化をつけようとしたクラブ員はすぐに目隠しでの決闘を行うようになった。故にクラブの名前は見えざる決闘クラブに変更されることとなった。1777年、一人のクラブ員の死は大きな変化をもたらし、実弾の代わりに手製の空砲を使用するようになった。クラブはいくつもの分家に分かれ、現在異なる国々に存在するクラブはドイツ式射撃術の伝統を守り続けている。なるほどね。
The same ingredient was used in the dueling revolver's ammunition.
なんかさっきレバーガチャガチャしたけど。ああ、なるほどね。これがあって初めて動く的なやつだったのか。なるほどね。
Who the devil are you? I won't go down without a fight.
Sherlock Holmes, and if I wanted a fight, you would already be on the floor. Fortunately for you, I'm merely here to ask a few questions.
Is that so? Well, come on, pretty boy. How about I fix that nose of yours? Give it a bit more character.
Enough. Your
Okay,
compatriots
Chico.
attacked me and I responded. They still have their lives, unlike Mr. von Staub.
True. At least you are not a murderer. Fine, you may speak.
観察する。目。視力が弱い。へえ。これがあれか。やり合った相手か。で、恋人じゃねえや、あの女を狙ってた男とは別か。彼が見えざる決闘クラブの会長のハインリー・フォン・クラムだ。お金借金してる人だね。指輪の印象が指し示すように彼はドイツ貴族の末裔であり、うまく隠しているが、視力が非常に弱い。障害を逆手に取り、見えざる決闘クラブで名を馳せ、その気象を身につけている。これらの特徴から、自信にあふれ高慢な性格であることがわかる。犯行があった決闘に居合わせたことが、クラブ用黄色いの衣装からわかる。膝についた土は遺跡の土のもので、袖の赤いシミは僕が戦った時のものじゃない。さらに決闘の聖書に書かれた審判の証明と頭文字が同じであり、神経質な人柄がわかる。フォン・クラム氏はエイリヒを助けるために地面に膝をついたようだ。これでズボンの土の説明がつき、袖の赤黒いシミがエイリヒの血であることがわかる。これだな。犯人じゃない。
So, you are Mr. von Kram, one of the club's best shots, the referee of the deadly duel, and witness to Mr. von Staub's murder.
Incorrect. I am the best shot at the club. Heinrich Fürgen von Kram. But how did you know I was there?
Your clothes, Mr. von Kram, the dirt on your trousers confirms your presence in the old ruins. And your jacket features a bloodstain from your attempts to save Mr. von Staub.
That is impressive.
It is merely inferential. Now, a few questions, if I may.
Be my guest. I have nothing to hide.
I'd like to speak with the other competitor.
He left the island. Mr. Dorfman was sure that the killer was after him. He is innocent, I assure you.
Indeed, from his position, it would be impossible to fire the bullet at such a downward trajectory, but he was a witness. Shame. So, what transpired in the old ruins?
Everything began as normal. The signatures, choice of weapons. I checked it all and then blindfolded the duelists. Erich stood to my left and his opponent, Mr. Dorfman, to my right. Before they could begin, the killer fired. And I'm sure it was not Dorfman.
Why are you so sure?
The sound was different. Not a Webley revolver. And further away. The killer must be an excellent shot to hit the heart.
You said the killer was an excellent shot. Do you suspect someone from the club?
Definitely not. No one from the club would break our rules.
Did you or the other duelist see the murderer?
No. The killer slipped away into the hills, so we turned our attention to Erich. Rest his soul.
And neither of you pursued the culprit?
I will not have my character impugned. We had only blank cartridges and a fallen friend at our feet. He was our focus.
What transpired after the shooting?
I heard Erich cry out and fall. Mr. Dorfman turned and fired at the killer, but I shouted at him to stop and help. I tried to save Erich, but it was too
赤い絵
late.
の具。
He was gone.
You have a nice collection of pistols, Mr. Von Kram.
Ah, a fellow connoisseur of firearms. Did something catch your eye?
What caught my eye is a missing Lamat. Where is it?
Ah, that one. I lost it in a bet. A rare failure of mine.
A bet with whom?
That's private, Mr. Holmes, and unrelated to your investigation.
なんで
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you with this. I can't help you with this. I can't help you with this. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you with
適
this.
当に選んでいってる。
It seems you owed Mr. von Staub a small fortune.
A fortune to you, perhaps, but a trifle to me. Our debts ebbed and flowed. In our next contest, there was every chance I would win it back. Erich was too concerned about all that. Frankly, he often lacked the demeanor of a nobleman. His progressive tendencies could be grating. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you with this. I can't help you with this. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't
証拠
help
が
you
足
with
りて
this.
ないか。
I've never seen this before.
As it happens, a Lamat 42 caliber revolver was discovered at the crime scene. You said you were missing a Lamat, yes?
I did, but my Lamat was a 36 caliber.
なるほど。
And you can prove that?
My word is proof enough. If I said it, it is true. I can't help you with this. I can't help you with this.
Last year, there was a similar incident in which a duelist died. What can you tell me?
A tragedy. I shot too well. And my
全部
opponent
選択した。
stumbled from the impact. He slipped and fell down the cliff. I regret it all. I have not participated in a duel since. Instead, I only take the role of a referee and supervise the proceedings for safety. I
傲
swore
慢だ
that
け
no
ど
other club
誠
member
実で
would
はあ
die
る
in a
な。
duel. Alas, someone else intervened.
うんうん。
How to sharpen one's senses. Doesn't appear to be the happiest childhood. Recordings labeled in braille.
本当に
Recordings
目が
labeled
悪
in
いんだ
braille.
ね。
I need to be elsewhere.
Look, Sherry, I'm head of the club.
Addressed to
エリヒ、他国からの尊敬を得るためには、フォンクラムが名誉執政官であるとなる以外にない。君の名前はこの役職に不十分だ。我がプロセイン貴族の血族こそが、帝国を他国よりも偉大にすることができるのだ。HF フォンクラム。エリヒの返事は同じ手紙の裏側に書かれている。ハインリヒ、全く笑わせるな。君の血筋はとても純粋なものではない。君は消えつつある血筋の末裔だよ。君の代で最後になる。帝国に必要なのはより優れ、強く、近代的な人間だ。借金まみれで、賭け事に溺れるような口先だけの人間に国としての責任を任せることができると本気で考えているのか。 それに障害を持つ人間が国の代表として仰がれていることがかつてあったか。私こそがコルドナの次期ドイツ名誉執政官で執政官となるに相応し、立候補を取り下げなければ君の欠点が公になり、恥をかくことになるぞ。脅迫ですね。自画像が置いてあ
How
る。
to sharpen one's senses.
持ってきちゃった。ああ、こっからなんだ。セーブしよう。さて。
I can't help you with this.
You and Eric were competing for the position of honorary consul, yes? Quite the title.
We were, but he stood no chance. Only a true nobleman could take such a role.
Difficult for him to contest it now.
ただ、これで殺すとは思えねえな。
I need to be elsewhere.
あれ情報が全部揃ってるわけじゃないな。
Mr. von Kram, I know you murdered Eric von
あ、
Stahl.
間違えて
You
糾弾しちゃ
joke,
っ
I
た。
didn't do it.
On the contrary, when the opportunity arose, you pounced.
間違えちゃった。
I will consider what you said.
Finally, words of wisdom. Do not be ashamed. Few possess my capacity for reason and debate.
I need to be elsewhere.
なんか重要な証拠がまだ残ってるくせえな。
Recordings labeled in Braille. Doesn't appear. How to sharpen one's senses.
金庫
Look,
は
Sherry, I'm head of the club.
A remarkable tool to conveniently enhance anything. I could use one for my analysis.
これが36口径って証明できるものがあればな。なんだろう。何が足りてないんだしょう。
All these places are perfectly secluded, ideal for private duels. The same ingredient was used in the dueling revolver's ammunition.
置かない。なさそうだよな、他には。何が足りてない？ああ、これを選択してないからか。
How to sharpen one's senses.
他の人物について、
A remarkable tool to conveniently enhance anything. I could use one for my analysis.
え
A remarkable tool to conveniently enhance anything. I could use one for my analysis. I need to be elsewhere.
判しか出ないってことは、他の人物に話しかけてみるか。いいねえかよ。こいつは名簿はここに確かあったんだ
The
よね。
floor is so smooth and slippery. I wonder if I could skate on it.
あれ入れなくなってる。
Please come in, sir. The gentlemen are waiting for you on the training ground.
ちょっと妹のとこに行って話聞いてくるか。なんかいきなり急弾になっちゃったんだよな。証拠まだ全部集まってねえのに。
Good day, officer.
Oh, please let me mourn my brother. Oh, please let me mourn my brother.
ダメだ。会話になんないな。じゃあ証拠がまだ残ってんのかじゃん。誰に話聞きゃいいんだこれ。いや、今回のやつマジでむずいわ。中だろうな。
Please come in.
なんか重要なのを見逃してるのか。決定的な証拠がまだ見つかってないんだよな。
Recordings labeled in Braille. There must be more you can recall from the day of the duel.
I wish.
バグって
My
たな。
eyes make me a poor witness. I'm
前
afraid.
同じこの
Yes,
セリフ
your
出てこなかったん
blindness,
だけど。
an affliction since
何なんだ
childhood,
これ。
one presumes. No scars on your face, and you carry yourself with confidence.
I'm starting to see your worth, Mr. Holmes.
But this limitation developed your other senses and made you an excellent marksman. So, tell me, did you notice anything else?
I do recall a floral smell. Something artificial. It was
植物の匂い。
sweet and fresh
人
and
工的
came
なも
from
の。
the direction of the killer.
あー、これだ。ラベン
Do you
ダーとマ
recognize this scent?
Yes. This is it. The smell I noticed at the ruins. Where did you get it? Do you know who killed Eric? Tell me his
女
name.
女。これ妹がやったんだ。
I need to be elsewhere.
あ、出た。なんでだろう。バグってたのかな。一回エリアの外出ないと表示されなかったね。いやー、今回マジで難かった。いやー、終わった終わった。よし。あとは妹に情報を突きつけて糾弾して終わりかな。多分虐待されてて知らん男と結婚させられそうになって我慢の限界来たんだろうな。お兄ちゃんかなりの性格悪そうだったししゃあねえな。よし。
Good day, officer.
セーブと。いや、今回マジクソ難かった。
Miss Font.
Going on a trip, miss?
No, I'm leaving permanently. This
あ、
place brought
も
me
う脱
nothing
出
but
しようとしてる。
sorrow.
逃げようと
I
して
am
るわ。
sorry. What do you want?
I think the time has come to be honest with each other, Miss von Staub. I'll start with my confession. I misled you in our previous meeting. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I do not work for the police.
What? I don't understand.
In actuality, I was independently investigating your brother's death and came to an unexpected conclusion.
How? Why?
It was not a tragic accident, miss. It was cold-blooded murder. And I know the culprit.
No. Who is he?
Nice try, but as you well know, I'm talking to the culprit right now.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Certainly not. Allow me to explain
はい
how you killed your
これ
brother.
証拠の順番も結構重要だからな。
This is absurd. I've never even been to that cursed place.
2番目いきなりミスった。これが多分2番目なんだろうな。じゃあ
None of that makes a whit of sense. This is monstrous.
3番目。3番目がこれか。
I cannot endure any more of this nonsense. Eric was my...
All that is
はい
left is your confession.
All that is left is your...
The law is the law, and murder is murder. You should have sought freedom.
失敗した。なんだろう。順番がむずいね、マジでこれほんと。全部の証拠3つ提示、それぞれ提示して終わりでいいじゃんと思うんだけど。この球団システムはマジで無事。
Good day, officer.
Going on a trip, miss?
No, I'm leaving permanent.
I think the time has come to be honest with each other, Miss von Staub.
はいと。あ、上に書いてあった。犯行の手口または凶器は。ちゃんと読んで
The
た。
missing box
はい
in your brother's room contained a lamat, the same weapon used for the murder. You stole it
はい
to kill your brother.
で、
What?
ど
No.
こからなくなってい
Eric
た
was
か。
obsessed with guns. I bet he simply left that revolver somewhere else.
Yes, it was left somewhere else. The crime scene. Abandoned in panic, a typical feminine response.
No, I've never been to that cursed place.
はい。で、犯行に及んだ機械は、会話。
None of that makes a whit of
ああ、ダメ
sense.
だ。
This is monstrous.
犯行の動機は、どこだ？
It is your brother who was monstrous.
機
He
械
was a
が、
tyrant and you could tolerate his abuse no longer.
Living with Eric was a nightmare, yes. But
All that is left is your confession.
待って、これは後で聞きた
The
い。
law is the law, and murder is murder. You should have sought freedom.
機械。よいしょ。
Good day, officer.
Going on a
さ
trip,
あ、
miss?
今度こそ。
no, I'm leaving permanently.
I think the time has come to be honest with each other, Miss von Staub.
凶器は40。
The missing box in your brother's room contained a
Okay.
lamat, the same weapon.
で、犯行にだ機械っていうか理由とか。多分これだろうな。
You hid behind the wall in the ruins. None of the others present could have killed Eric from that position. Both the duelists were blindfolded, and Mr. von Kram is ill-sighted.
So nobody saw anything. Your imagination has run wild.
顔
Ah,
が
but you forget one thing.
Bottom
A
of the
blind
stack.
man's other senses grow stronger. Mr. von Kram detected a lavender and pine scent. That of your ointment.
You're taking the word of a sightless man. This is monstrous.
これか。
It is your brother who was monstrous. He was a tyrant, and you could tolerate his abuse no longer.
Living with Eric was a nightmare, yes. But he was my brother.
Now, Miss von Staub, take your time.
いやー、難か
Tell
った
me the
ね。
truth.
After our parents died, my life slowly became hell. My brother began to humiliate me. Then he became violent. Each day he'd invent a new punishment. Shut my room, burn my paintings, starve me. And without fail, I would be beaten. All visits were forbidden, all contact verboten. I was his caged bird, his pet. When we did go out, he used me to bait influential people. He sold me to Mr. Boddington simply to earn a place amongst this island's elite.
Was that not freedom from your brother?
He sold me as a thing, sir. Who do you think this gentleman was? I could not endure more cruelty. Mr. Holmes, I'm begging you. Please don't do this to me. Don't throw me from one cage to another.
The law is the law, and murder is murder. You should have sought freedom through more civil means.
The sickness of men runs deep. You dare speak to my civility. You dare tell me what I must endure. All of you are the same. You may look down on us, but make no mistake, we are staring up at you, and one day there will be a
顔が怖いん
reckoning.
だけど。はい。
I have no regrets, but I know that you will.
まあ、罪を償ってください。理由はどうあれね、殺人は殺人だからね。こんなんで許してたらね、ダメよ。
Sherlock, she didn't deserve that. She just wanted to be free.
ジョンにむちゃくちゃ責められてる。さあ、外出ますかね。
Did you hear Basilio Capello is in jail?
何
Did you hear Basilio?
コロペ設備で起きた事件の状況についての話を耳に傾ける。違う。
Did you hear Basilio Capello?
金庫で死んでた。何もねえ情報から当てんのむずい。なんとか社、これでなんとか社が、それかな。金庫での死、有名な防犯用品会社コロペロ設備の経営者バジリオ・コペロが逮捕されたという話を興味を惹かれた。彼の置かれた状況は非常に奇妙で、バジリオ氏の店の金庫の中でニコロ・ディッティという男性の遺体が発見されたというものだ。バジリオ氏は無罪を主張しているが、証拠は彼にとって不利だ。彼は警察署内の留置所に拘束されている。やりやすか、これ。
Tend to be cops, eh? We can just stand around and look confused.
服装どっかで変われないかな。帽子かぶりたいんだけど。留置所。どこだ留置所。いない。
What a long day.
何ここ。セーブしながらやっていきますか。
Excuse me, but are you Mr. Capello? My name is Shrelock Holmes. I'm hoping you could spare a moment to talk.
Manners, what a pleasant surprise. Most of your colleagues have lacked even the simplest of common courtesies.
You're a suspect, sir, but not yet a criminal. I shan't treat you as such. Your case is refreshingly unusual, and I wish to get to the bottom of it.
Manners and enthusiasm. Huh. May you go far, young man. What can I help you with?
観察。落ち着いている。おしゃれ。殴った怪我。これだね。
You are surprisingly composed for a man accused of murder. Not so easily shaken, I take it.
Life is full of surprises. You'd be astonished how many deals go sour due to a force majeure. One becomes skilled at adapting. I am confident this will all be set straight. Until then, I will endure.
Much how you endure that injured hand. Those bruises look painful, but you seem barely aware of it. Were you attacked?
Ah, no. A minor accident, nothing more. My heady days as a man out to prove his valor are far behind me. I now know that to succeed in life, one must stay calm and plan ahead. The world will turn your way eventually. And if it does not, then one must persuade it so.
Please, tell me how you ended up in this situation.
Well, this morning some clients arrived to finalize their purchase of a Capello modular safe. But when we opened the door, out tumbled a dead man.
And I take it this wasn't normal?
No, I normally keep my corpses in the wardrobe. Please, young man, spare me your wit. The rest of the day was a blur. I recognized the victim, and it seems so did the police. That was enough to make me the main suspect.
Who sent for the authorities?
No one. As it happens, we had a break-in last night. Nothing was stolen, but for insurance purposes, the report had to be made. So, police officers just happened to be on the premises when we discovered the body in the safe.
You mentioned you were showing your wares to some prospective buyers when the safe was opened. Who were they?
Clerks from the bank. They inspected the safe from top to bottom yesterday. I assumed the sale was just a formality at that point.
And the safe was closed?
It's usually open, but it locks automatically when the door swings closed. That's another marvelous Capello invention.
A coffin that locks itself. Marvelous indeed. Help me grasp your movements yesterday. What time did you meet the customers from the bank, and did you have any other appointments?
Yesterday, the bank clerks arrived at 10 a.m. Afterwards, I was alone in the office until my wife Augusta came in at 3 p.m. I left for home at 6:30 p.m.
And what about this morning?
Our meeting for the demonstration was set for 9 a.m. I arrived about half an hour prior in order to prepare.
I have one final inquiry. Do you recall the time at which the safe door was closed?
Young man, I may just as well ask you when you closed your cigar case. I have opened our safes a dozen times a day for a dozen years. I do not recall.
You say you became the suspect when the police identified the victim. Is there history between you?
Surely you jest. That man and I have never met, and never would, unless he became the first deity in history to use our products.
Some sort of family feud? I'm afraid I'm not familiar.
You must be new to Godona. It's an old tale. Back in Italy, generations ago, the deities tried to ruin our family business. They nearly succeeded. The Capellos rightfully struck back, but there has been bad blood ever since.
And does that blood flow in you too?
I told you, sir, it's an old story, or it was. I fear this horrible event portends worse to come. My wife may be in danger as we speak.
I'd like to inquire about the burglary.
I'm not sure I see the connection. But if you wish to know more, talk to Billy Lloyd, the
Billy.
night watchman. He scared off the thief.
Was it also Billy that discovered the burglar?
No, my wife did. She had stayed late yesterday. Poor Augusta. At least she's safer with the police than at home alone.
Well, Mr. Capello, I think that's all I need from you at present. Where can I find your office?
Here, take my card. Billy should be on site to assist with the investigation. And please, sir, would you check on my wife before you depart?
Thank you. I will endeavour to speak with her before I leave the station.
Please, treat her gently. Women lack our resilience when it comes to ordeals like this. I shall eagerly await your return.
奥さんの気遣いもできる。
What else I can do?
Come on, Sherry. Say, I am the law.
だからジョンがめっちゃ反抗的なんだけど。
Is this familiar to you?
Do I look like a copper snitch?
Could you help me? Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
This isn't working. You might need
こ
a
のとこにい
different
るん
tack.
だ。奥さん。
Mrs. Capello, please wait in the office. The inspector will be here soon.
いいプロポーズしたの。
It's the perfect time to investigate.
いた。こいつか。ん違う
You must be the inspector.
Would you be Augusta Capello?
Must I really repeat myself to every baby-faced man in uniform that strides in?
Forgive me, I am not the inspector, but I am working on your husband's case.
Then I have nothing to say to you. Come back with the inspector in charge so that we may dispense with the endless repetition.
亜鉛鎮気。薬物中毒。いじり回した後、浮気の後かな。わかんねえな。感情的かな、これでも。
Whilst I prefer German composers, the harp solo from Lucia di Lammermoor stands out as one of Donizetti's finest contributions to the form. I'm sure Basilio thought the same.
He did. How? Did he tell you how we met?
Oh, there was no need. It is trivial to observe how much you value your memories of playing harp in the orchestra, and even an amateur Italian harpist would be familiar with Donizetti's finest work.
Yes. Music is a balm in these uncertain times. It is nice to meet another who appreciates it.
Much as I appreciate the truth. Please, Mrs. Capello, let me help you and your husband.
I am not unappreciative, sir. But I'm afraid I presently lack the strength.
Basilio tells me you were present during the burglary yesterday. What can you tell me about it?
Oh, it gave me such a fright. I fainted, fell to the floor. I wish I could help you, but, I'm just utterly useless. Please, I want to rest before the inspector arrives.
Were you familiar with the deceased man found in the safe?
No, I did not know him, nor can I conceive of how the poor soul ended up there.
You've had quite the day, Mrs. Capello. I shall leave you be. If I have further questions, I may visit again later.
なんだろうね。すごいあっさりだな。スカラディオのアドラー通り。スカラディオのアドラー通り。アドラー通り。アドラー通り。あった。聖クレメンテ。聖フランシス。クレメンテの東にある。この辺なのか。歩いた方が早いな。聖クレメン
We
テ
have
の
a large assortment of
東にある。
pleasant prices.
ここはうん。よし、じゃあ、また保存していきますか。
Hello there. I'm going to catch the criminal myself. But later.
Ill-fitting pants, wonky nose, and hair that appears to have been cut by your own hand. You must be Billy Lloyd.
Oh, it's you. I knew you'd come.
You did?
You're Mirko Gallia, the best investigative journalist on Cordona. I'm a fan of your work.
Alas, you're mistaken. The name is Sherlock Holmes, and your employer...
Oh, of course. Discretion. I'm sorry. I doubt the policeman upstairs heard me, though, so your secret is safe with me, Sherlock.
Mr. Capello told me you were present during the burglary and scared the criminal off the property.
Hey, you should have seen it. As soon as the burglars saw me, they went white as death. Ran out the back door of the office. I heard a thud and cat shrieks, so I think they went over the railing and into the bushes out back. Clearly, my reputation precedes me. Mr. Capello was so proud.
You regard, but you didn't give chase.
Well, by the time I made it outside, they were miles away. So I went back to help Mrs. Capello. That kind of gentlemanly courtesy is why I'm so well regarded round these parts.
What did the thief look like?
Shorter than me, mid-20s, a huge scar across the right cheek going from the eye. Short hair. She didn't look like a ghost. Too corporeal.
Hold on. She? You didn't think to mention the burglar was a woman?
Why did you assume it was a man? It's the 19th century, sir. Ambitious young women are out there pursuing a career, and I, for one, encourage it.
Yes, yes, spare me the sermon. When did the burglary happen?
Oh, after 10 in the evening. I was just talking to Mrs. Capello.
Does she normally work this late?
No, it's the first time it happened. Usually I'm alone at night. I was explaining to Mrs. Capello how drinking water every 3 hours can help with digestion, when she excused herself and went back upstairs. Then there was a scream, and I ran up to the office, and...
I know what happened next, thank you. What about last evening? Do you have any more details about the break-in?
Of course. I write down everything that happens during my watch. Take a look.
Fastidious in its mundanity, but I will make of it what I can. I must go and inspect the crime scene. If I have further questions, Mr. Lloyd, I will find you.
Oh, don't worry. I won't be able to keep away.
Right. Strength, security, peace of mind.
Well, you know, that's your opinion, good sir. They sell door lock.
金庫の番号のメモ。ビリー、事務所にある金庫の番号はすべて0013-0500だ。
padlocks.
The best on the
No
market.
shirt.
I bet he tested that in.
That's about all of you I can take.
なんか嘘ついてそうな気もするね。便所。便所は触れるところはなしと。さあ、上の階。事件現場。見ていきますか。どういう状況？
Oh, why do I get the worst jobs?
いや、それは警察だからですよ。ワイン。
The bottle is half empty.
手紙。
A wine, well enjoyed.
下。これ下なの？あ。
Recently used, but why would it be here? Bulging veins, cyanosis, bloodshot eyes, odd foaming in the mouth, bruises, torn nails, bleeding was severe and continued at length. Blood on the safe door could have been left by the victim. Clear indications of blunt trauma, possibly inflicted before the victim was in the safe. Clothes are not fully buttoned. Was the victim dressing or undressing? What a rotten way to die.
Yeah, what a shame.
いつの間にかいた。さてと、412全部マイナス。これで4。2分の1にして反転と。反転。これで OK かな。よいしょ。よいしょ。メガネ。オーガスタに当てたバジリオのメモ。オーガスタ、重要な商談があるので、今日は君と話すことはできない。だが、遅番で働きたいという君の希望について懸念がある。君が満足していたので私は何も言わなかったが、話し合った方がいいと思う。今度時間を作らないか。奥さん、やっぱり浮気してるね、これきっと。
A concert program from 7 years.
楽譜。
2 theatre tickets for Shakespeare's Othello. The performance is tomorrow.
でも仕事だったんだよね。
Have to respect the classics.
誰と行こうとしたんですか。よいしょ。 鍵、手紙、弁護士の手紙。バジリオさん、まもなくニコロ・ディッティがコルドナに戻ってくるようです。彼の帰還がディッティ家にとって何を意味するかは分かりませんが、オラジオはローマにとどまるようです。ご家族の代わりに忠告しますが、ニコロとの接触は避けた方が賢明だ。挑発を受けてもあなたが冷静さを失うことはないでしょうが、ディッティ家が何を企んでいるのか分かったものじゃない。くれぐれも気をつけて、コペロ家の評判に関わります。幸運を。ナウド・ジラーニ。弁護士が登場してきたね。パコ。バジリオの一詩。西にはバジリオ氏の予定が数週間先まで書かれている。最近の書き込みで重要だと思われるのは次の通り。一つ目は、数週間前の、刑事との会合。そして二つ目は金庫と印が付けられた日で、昨日と今日を指している。
He clearly needs a better work-life balance.
仕事にめちゃめちゃ好きだったんだろうね。ディッティ家の若き跡取りであるニコロ・ディッティがコルドナに帰郷した。彼は12年にわたって英国本土で勉強と修行を行っていた。彼の帰郷はオラジオ・ディッティのイタリア出航と時期を同じくするもの。ニコロはコルドナの家業を継ぐつもりではないかと噂されている。クロニクル誌はこの件の進展を注視し、バジリオ・コペロ氏の反応もご報告していきたいと考えている。コペロ家とディッティ家の対立は200年以上にわたって続いている。ここ数十年の間、彼らの確執に目立った動きはないが、ゴンザロ・ディッティとビタリオ・コペロの闘争を未だに覚えている者も少なくない。若い精神を持つニコロと平静な実業家であるバジリオとで折り合いをつけてくれることを願うばかりである。
Well-organized workplace?
Mr. Capello is the best.
Okay, this chap is seriously creepy.
なんかいっぱい情報出てくるね。裏口か。
The letter F is inscribed within a passe-muraille. Walk through passe-muraille.
ちょっと違うか。こんな感じ。でも肉っぽいのないよね。階段もねえし。ちょっと違うか。
The letter.
猫に驚いた。猫いっぱいいるね。こんなにいる？ 開けようとしたけど、あ。嘘ついてる可能性があるな。保存。
That's about all of you I can
あ、間違
take.
えた。
I don't know.
Do you know anything about these entries?
No, but Mr. Capello is so well organised. I use a different method. Very popular among the Buddhist monks. You create an attic in your mind and...
I'm familiar. Keep it tidy, put only necessary information in, remove unnecessary information regularly.
What? No, it's called an attic. You just stuff it with everything. You never know what might prove helpful someday.
That is profoundly upsetting.
Oh, actually... No.
Do you know whose keys these are?
Probably Mr. Capello's. Police took him so suddenly. I have the same set, but it's more efficient. Has fewer keys.
So you don't have access to the entire office?
No. Only Mr. and Mrs. Capello have the key to the back door.
Do you know what this note might be about?
I cannot presume to know another's mind, of course, but... I think Mr. and Mrs. Capello have been having some familial difficulties. Probably due to their lack of children. One of my oldest friends helps couples with their relationship troubles, and he always says...
You don't have to continue.
He says that to me as well, but I'm perfectly happy to.
No, I insist. Do you know anything else about the dead body in the safe?
Well, there is the rule of threes. You can survive 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, 3 hours in harsh weather, and 3 minutes...
Of you talking?
Without air. I'm sorry, did you say something?
No, very enlightening, Mr. Lloyd, thank you.
I don't know.
Is this code memo still valid?
Oh, yes. It's the same combination code everywhere. It corresponds to Mrs. Capello's birthday, actually. In fact, during this year's celebration, I was allowed a sip of champagne. That's when I had to dry my trousers, and then I had to...
Okay, thank you, Billy.
Actually... No.
What can you tell me about Mr. Capello?
He's a good employer, but very focused on work, and very serious about security, of course, since he employed a night watch of my caliber. Not everyone appreciates his strict business approach, though. Store clerks don't seem to last long in the office.
Good to know. Have you noticed anything different about Mrs. Capello recently?
Not really. She talks to me more when I start my shift. Probably because of the 100 Best Curry Recipes book I'm reading. Oh, and we've been running out of paper a lot lately, so she often sends me out to buy more for her. She's very particular about the paper we use. Only one store on the island stocks it, and it's on the other side of the town. I'm really fast.
Interesting, thank you.
何そのイブ。外かな、そうするとやっぱり。
I swear I just saw a lion out there on the railing.
ないよな。こっちいた痕跡もないんだよな。
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
If I asked you for help, would you do anything? I doubt it.
ちゃんと取ろう。なんか証拠足りてねえ気がすんな。重要な証拠が集まってないもんね。どれを取りこぼしてるんだ。
The letter F is in Passe Muraille. Walk through a comprehensive set of lockpick.
なるほど。探し終わってなかったのか。警察署行ってみますか。犯罪、窃盗、容疑者。あと、フェリシア・サビーヌの人物像。フェリシア・サビーヌ、26歳。現在はバックヤードボーイズ団に所属し、ギャング団の泥棒として活動している。バックヤードボーイズ団の隠れ家があるのはマイナーズエンド地区のクレイ通りだ。右頬に特徴的な傷がある。どうやってついたか傷かについては諸説あるが、少なくとも18歳の頃からある傷だ。海で両親が死んだ後は遺産を使い果たし、犯罪へと身を染めた。何度も逮捕されているが、司法に協力することで減刑を受けている。
It would be wise to take a look around outside before we enter. Just a thought.
どういうことですか。なるほどね。はい。ということでね、ちょっと眠すぎる。もう少しやりたかったけどダメだ。会合に行くときはきっと服装変えなきゃいけなさそうだね。ちょっとその辺も注意して次はやっていきましょうか。はい、それではですね、また次回よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。